Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're replaying A Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES. I've been rewatching the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I figured I always wanted to re-record this game, so why not? So this game's kind of cool, in the fact that if you saw that I just walked into the first house, what houses you can walk into change every single time, so it kind of adds a little bit of replay value where you never know. Shit, the controls are really floaty in this game. So every time you play the game it's different. This is what people consider a LJN game, but I think what people don't take into consideration, LJN wasn't a developer. They just published the games. Believe it or not, Rare, who's made like a lot of the cool platformer games and everybody's precious GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, are actually the ones that developed this game. This is loosely based on the third Nightmare on Elm Street, although that artwork of Freddy, if you look at his claws, he doesn't have a glove on. They're claws that are like coming out of his fingers. That's because that's a possessed version of Jesse from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and that's actually one of the variant. I mean, there was more to the poster, but that's actually a digital 8-bit rendition of Freddy on that poster for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. So even though this is based on 3, they used a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 art, and I pretty much suck at this game. I've been playing PlayStation games that have been spoiled, so my reflexes are shit right now. So this has a similar theme to a Castlevania 2. Shit, I meant to push jump. There's a little bit of lag in the control, and he kind of slides a little bit like you're playing on Ice World. But anyway, this is similar to Castlevania 2, and the fact that the enemies get more powerful after a certain amount of time, but instead of it turning into night time on like it does on Castlevania 2, I'm actually asleep in the dream world now. I think that's a rat, man. I don't know what the fuck it is, but when you're awake, that thing's usually a rat. Now it's playing 1, 2, Freddy's coming to you, 3, 4, lock your door, 5, 6, grab a crucifix, 7, 8, better stay up late, 9, 10, never sleeps again. If it goes through the whole rhyme, you'll have to fight Freddy. But if you get those boom boxes, it'll wake you up. So the object is kind of like the movie, although none of the kids collected the bones in the movie, because this is based on A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, where the doctor, I can't remember his name offhand, had to save these kids by trying to find Freddy's remains because he saw the ghost of Freddy Krueger's mom, Amanda Krueger. And Freddy's bones need to be in a proper burial on hallowed ground. These bosses are kind of stupid. They're always like in some sort of snake form with something attached, and they're basically ripping off of one scene where Freddy was like this snake thing, even though he was actually shaped like a penis, and it was supposed to be subliminal, but the censors got like really worried and kind of filmed it where it looked more like a snake, but his head was more phallic shaped. If you look at some of the behind the scenes footage of what the actual stop motion sculpture looked like, is basically like a giant penis. This particular level, you're fighting a glove, or his hand, which he never turned into. His hand from a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, because obviously that's not a glove, that's a hand with claws on it. But the second time you fight the boss, you fight, that version from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with Freddy's head, and he pukes out like a bunch of tongues and stuff, which didn't happen in this movie. So this game takes a lot of liberties. This is actually a 4-player game. I don't think it's 4 players simultaneously. I think you like take turns. I never played it on 4 players because I didn't have the expansion like when I played the game on the NES, but actually I don't know anybody who had the 4-player thing. There was very few games that supported it, but on YouTube I think they like took turns. You have continues, but I think you only have as many as like the 4 players would get when the game restarts. But this is another great idea, just not the best executed. They take a lot of liberties with the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 movie, but they don't call it a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's called a Nightmare on Elm Street, which has even less to do with the first movie, because you get powers eventually after you collect enough stuff, just like the Dream Warriors did. I never really got that far in the game, so I can't tell you offhand. I've just seen other people play it. I'm not very good at this game, as you may or may not tell, recording commentary or not. But I decided to re-record this game because the sound was really terrible in the last one, because it split my video into sections. So the sound was okay for like the first 5 minutes, and then when I went to the other scene, I didn't edit the sound, so you can't hear what I was saying. Also, it's easier to use a turbo control because of the lag on there, which is what I'm doing. So you just gotta experiment and push up on every house. It's different every time you play it. But you kind of have a time limit on this game where you go to sleep, and then once you're asleep, if you don't get everything quick enough, then you gotta... Wow, this is actually going in order. Usually it doesn't go in order. This game actually, the graphics aren't mind-blowing by any means. They're competent for an NES title. But I really like the music to this game, and I've noticed other people must like it too, because I've seen remixes of themes in this game, so other people must like the music like I do. It has a lot of good music, which is weird for a licensed game. There's a few licensed games that have good music. I think Batman is one of the best examples, although I don't think that game was originally supposed to be a Batman game. The music's so, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it fits the game. Maybe this was supposed to be something else too. But I mean, you could obviously tell Sunsoft's Batman wasn't originally a Batman game, especially with all the robots and shit you fight. And now we're off to the dream world, our first warning of things to come. So now the spiders have Freddy heads and they're skeleton bats. Those look like they would be more appropriate in the Evil Dead, and I think it was Evil Dead 2, they had like some sort of skeleton bat when they were describing the demons of the Necronomicon. I could be wrong and thinking of something else. There are no skeleton bats or rat people in any Nightmare on Elm Street game that I know of. But yeah, I think this game actually has a really good soundtrack. There's no ghost or anything like that. Really, the only thing that sticks true to the movies is collecting the bones and burying them, like in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, although I'm guessing this is just some made-up character for the game that wasn't in the movie. It's all muscular and likes to punch shit. And nobody ever turned into like a stereotypical Precious Moments figurine when they died that I know of in the movies. If I don't hurry up, it's gonna start playing the Freddy rhyme, but luckily you get those little boombox that wakes you up so you don't have to confront Freddy, at least in the Freddy's form. Control is so floaty. It's best to use a turbo control, especially with hitting things in the air, because there's some lag to the controls and it just makes it easier to hit bats in the air, especially if you lack skill like I do. How many times are we gonna die? It's another one of those NES games that respawns everything. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. I hate those bats. I hate bats in every game. They're so fucking annoying. Well, that was time well wasted. This boss is a little bit harder because he pukes out shit. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to care all that much whether I get hit, because I'm not trying to beat the game. These tongues are getting out of control here. I don't really think that looks like Freddy's head all that much. It kind of looks like that guy from that movie, Despicable Me. I don't know what his name is. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. There's actually a action figure you can buy based on the Freddy Krueger that you fight in this game. That's not in any kind of weird form. We've avoided it because we've gotten the boombox every time and woken ourselves up before we've had to fight Freddy. But they made like a NES painted color version. If I had the money, I'd just get the regular version, but it's kind of cool. He comes in a box that looks like a version of the NES box, which is really cool. They did it with Jason too, and RoboCop, I believe. I don't know if they did it with any other games. The RoboCop one probably has the best paint job because they actually added like a 8-bit digital shine to it. Now we're fighting fucking zombies. I don't know what's up with that. It's just like the Friday the 13th game where you fight zombies. This is weird that all the houses are in order this time, so far anyway. Usually they're all over the place of which ones you can unlock. I doubt I'm gonna make it much further in this level. I don't think I'll make it past this level, to be honest with you. So I had to go on that stupid fucking platform. These horrible, slippery controls. If this game was fine-tuned, it would actually be a fairly decent game, I think. Again, one thing I will praise is the soundtrack. And it does have a cool idea. You think you'd be able to stand on the bookshelf. I love how they don't help you out. They're like, fuck you, you're gonna get on that platform whether you like it or not. I thought maybe they'd help me out and put me up top. No such luck. Shit. The controls have somewhat of a lag to them. Sometimes I jump and he doesn't get everything. I honestly don't know how I was supposed to get that, but whatever. Am I meant to die to get that? I wish somebody would work on this game and maybe like improve some of the issues with it, because like I said, if they improve some things, I think it would be a good game. Now maybe I missed it, but to get that one bone, I don't see how I was supposed to like not die. Is that blood? I'm colorblind. I can't tell if it's red or brown or green. As soon as you bats stop respawning, I'm gonna wake up. And I'm probably gonna get hit anyway. Such is life. Oh, they did a good job of putting the bones in annoying places on this. Alright, I need one more, and it's probably in some weird place I missed and blended in with the background. Gosh dang it. Game over. I told you I wouldn't get past that. That's a Nightmare on Elm Street on the NES. Like I said, you get this cool picture. That's probably the best Freddy rendition in the whole game, even though this game's technically based on a Nightmare on Elm Street 3. That's a variation of the Part 2 poster, which I think, even though everybody considers Part 2 one of the worst Elm Street movies because it strays away from the dreaming aspect in a lot of ways, I think Freddy actually looks the best in the second movie, makeup wise. But that's just me. I do prefer the glove over the weird claw hands. He does have it in some parts of the movie, but once he possesses Jesse fully, he has the claw hands. I hope I'm not spoiling a movie that was recorded in 1984 for you. It came out in 85, but it was recorded in 84, as if you even need to know that. But I figured I'd record this because the sound was atrocious on the first one, and I wanted to actually have commentary you could hear while I was dying non-stop. But yeah, I actually think this game has a really good idea. Again, like a lot of games of this era, it wasn't executed as well as I would have liked. I wish somebody would hack this ROM and fix all the issues it has with it, because it has the potential of actually being a fairly decent game. I would just say it was an average NES game that you have to get used to some crappy things. So yeah guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, could you please feel free to click the thumbs up and comment, and if you're new to this channel and you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I did promise you guys retro games, so hopefully here's one, even though I recorded it, but hopefully I did the game more justice this time. I don't know, I'm hoping on that one. I'm picking at straws here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you on the next video. Alright, bye. Take care.